What if you could protect your strength and mobility as you get older with just a simple drink before bed? I know it might sound a little too good to be true, but the science here is pointing to a really powerful conclusion. It's pretty shocking to learn that after the age of 50, you can lose up to 1% of your muscle mass every single year. And a key process that contributes to this loss ramps up while you're asleep. Just think about that for a second. While you're resting, a silent process could be chipping away at the very foundation of your strength, your balance, and your independence. But what if you could flip that switch? What if you could make sleep a time for muscle rebuilding instead of muscle breakdown? Today, I'm going to show you the specific bedtime protein strategy that scientists say is a key to fighting overnight muscle loss, helping you stay strong and active for years to come. First, let's give this process a name. It's called sarcopenia. It sounds like a complicated medical term, but it really just means the natural age-related loss of muscle. It isn't a disease, but it's a process that can start as early as our 30s and really picks up speed after 50. And why does this matter so much? Because your muscle isn't just for show. It's the engine that powers your entire life. It's what lets you climb a flight of stairs without getting winded, carry in your own groceries, play with your grandkids, and just get up out of a chair easily. When you lose muscle, you lose strength. And when you lose strength, your risk of falls and fractures goes up dramatically. Suddenly, things you never thought twice about can feel like a huge challenge. This slow erosion of strength can eventually threaten your independence. Making matters worse, almost half of women and a third of men over 70 don't get the recommended amount of protein, which makes them even more vulnerable. This isn't just about getting older, it's about a specific metabolic process that gets worse when you're not looking, especially during those 8 hours you spend in bed. So why is sleep, something that's supposed to be so good for us, a time of high risk for our muscles? It really comes down to two things: the overnight fast and something scientists call anabolic resistance. First, the fast. When you go to sleep, you're starting the longest stretch of your day without any food. Your body still needs energy for everything from breathing to repairing cells. With no nutrients coming in, your body has to find fuel somewhere else. And one of the first places it looks is your muscle tissue. It starts breaking down muscle to get the amino acids it needs. Over one night, the effect is tiny. But when it happens night after night, year after year, it adds up to significant muscle loss. Now let's add the second problem, anabolic resistance. As we age, our muscles get less sensitive to the signals that tell them to grow. Think of it like your muscles becoming hard of hearing. When you were younger, a normal serving of protein would send a loud and clear signal to build and repair. But as you get older, that same signal is more like a whisper. Your muscles just don't hear it as well. So the process of building new muscle doesn't kick in like it should. In fact, some studies estimate an older adult might need up to 68% more protein in a single meal to trigger the same muscle-building response as a young adult. So you've got this double whammy. Your body is actively breaking down muscle for fuel overnight, and at the same time it's not responding as well to the protein you ate during the day. This creates the perfect storm for sarcopenia to take hold. So, how do we fight back? This is where the bedtime protein strategy comes in. It's a powerful science-backed way to completely turn the tables. The solution is to give your body a specific kind of fuel right before you go to sleep. By taking a slow-digesting protein before bed, you're giving your body a steady, timed-release supply of amino acids all through the night. This does two incredible things. First, it stops your body from needing to raid your muscles for energy. Instead of going into breakdown mode, your body stays in a building mode. Second, this constant supply of amino acids gives your muscles the exact building blocks they need to repair and rebuild while you rest. The goal is to change your nightly protein balance. For most of us, that long overnight fast leads to a negative balance, meaning you break down more muscle than you build. But having that pre-sleep protein has been shown to flip this, creating a positive overnight balance. You are literally helping your muscles rebuild while you sleep. This simple habit turns sleep from a vulnerable time into a powerful window of opportunity for muscle growth. Okay, let's get practical. What kind of protein and how much? Because not all proteins are the same when it comes to overnight recovery. What a growing body of research points to as the gold standard is micellar casein protein. Casein is one of the two main proteins in milk. You've probably heard of whey protein, which is famous for being fast-digesting and great for after a workout. Casein is the complete opposite. When you drink it, it forms a kind of gel in your stomach, which leads to a very slow and sustained release of amino acids. That's exactly what you want for an 8-hour sleep. A slow, steady drip feed of fuel for your muscles. So, how much do you actually need? Research suggests that for older adults, a dose of 30 to 40 grams of casein protein before bed is the sweet spot for kicking off that overnight muscle repair. Studies have shown that while 20 grams might be enough for younger people, older adults often need that higher dose to overcome anabolic resistance and see a real benefit. But you don't have to use protein powders. You can get this slow-digesting protein from whole foods too. Two of the best sources are Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, as both are loaded with casein. A big serving of about 1.5 to 2 cups of the plain kind will usually get you in that 30 to 40 gram range you need to make a difference. They're simple, easy snacks to add to your evening routine. This isn't just a theory, it's been tested. There was a key study in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise where scientists gave one group of men a casein protein drink before bed and another group a placebo. The results were crystal clear. The men who drank the casein had a huge jump in muscle protein synthesis overnight. Their bodies were actively repairing and building muscle at a much higher rate while they slept. Another study looked at the long-term effects. Over a 12-week workout program, the group that took a protein supplement before bed gained way more muscle strength and size than the group that didn't. And more recent studies focusing just on older adults have backed this up. A 2019 study found that giving older adults 40 grams of casein before sleep boosted their overnight muscle building rates. The researchers concluded it's an effective strategy to help preserve muscle mass as we age. These studies show that the simple act of having a slow-release protein before bed can have a real, measurable impact on your muscle health. While the bedtime protein trick is powerful, you can make it even more effective by pairing it with a few other healthy habits. First, you've got to protect your sleep. It's during the deep stages of sleep that your body releases growth hormone, which is critical for muscle repair. So aim for a solid 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep each night. Second, and this one is a game changer, you have to do some form of resistance training. This is non-negotiable for fighting sarcopenia. If the pre-sleep protein gives your body the bricks, resistance exercise is the construction crew that tells your body where to put them. You don't have to become a bodybuilder. Simple exercises with your body weight, resistance bands, or light weights a couple of times a week is enough to send that powerful signal for your muscles to get stronger. The combination of resistance training and enough protein is the best strategy we have to prevent sarcopenia. Third, watch what you eat in the hours before your protein snack. Try to avoid big, heavy meals or sugary foods right before bed. They can mess with your blood sugar and your sleep quality, which would just cancel out the benefits you're trying to get. If you're finding this information valuable, and you want more science-backed tips to help you stay strong and healthy, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss what's next. I'd also love to build a community here. What's your favorite healthy, protein-rich snack? Share your ideas in the comments below. So here's the bottom line. Age-related muscle loss doesn't have to be something you just accept. Your 8 hours of sleep don't have to be a time of decline. With one simple change, a slow-digesting protein snack before bed, you can turn your sleep into a crucial time for muscle repair and rebuilding. Here's my challenge to you. Try it for just 1 week. A scoop of casein powder mixed with water or milk, or a bowl of Greek yogurt or cottage cheese about an hour before you go to sleep. See how you feel. Notice your energy levels. You'll be taking a proactive, science-backed step to protect your strength, your mobility, and your independence for the long haul. It's one of the simplest and most effective investments you can make in your future self.